On this. Hello, welcome online people, and we're going to go ahead and get started real quick on Young Living DIYs. So this is one thing that I love about doing essential oils is, so when you go into a store at the mall or even little pop-up vendor stores up. Hi, baby. Hi. Okay. This is the third time she's come in. I thought we were going to be able to record, but Grace really wanted some time with mommy, and daddy's trying to help run interference, but boy, she really wants to be in this room. So anyway, sorry if you hear 2-year-old crying in the background. That is called working from home. So anyway, but so one of the things I love about doing DIYs is endless possibilities on your creativity. So if you go into the mall to one of those stores where you buy, home items or, lotions, bath soaks, things like that, or even little pop-up tent vendors and stuff like that. Hey Chris, there's lots of different, places where you can get great little bath and body products. However, when you start to have a little bit more control and creativity, it gets to be a lot more fun. So hold on, hold on, let me pop out of this real quick. I'm just gonna make sure everyone's muted just so that we're not getting distracted. Okay, so getting the most out of your essential oils and getting creative at the same time. So to start off, Young Living knows that there are people who want to make some of their own products, whether it be that Young Living doesn't have, even though Young Living has body washes and bath bombs, and they have all sorts of different lotions and things like that, they may not have a scent that you particularly wanted, or you may have a scent that you've particularly fallen in love with, and you want to make it your own. So that's where some of these kind of things come in. Young Living has a lot of great already made products. This just gives you more versatility in case you have either an allergy to one of the oils in the products, like some of my team members have, or you just really, really, really want a particular scent. So the DIY kit from Young Living, it comes with enough supplies for 6 people. So if you wanted to get a group together, split the cost, or do a DIY with your team, or this is awesome for teacher gifts or Christmas gifts, things like that, to where, let's say you have your mom, your sister-in-law, things like that. This is a great little option because you just get the supplies, you supply the oils, and it's good to go. And it's got the little labels and stuff. So as you can see in the kit, it has this nice presentation to it. So it's got your lotion base, 12 ounces of lotion base, the spritzer base, the lip balm base. So you're going to make a lip balm, you're going to make a spritzer, and you're going to make a lotion. Containers for the individual crafts, a scoop for measuring, a funnel, your labels, 6 copies of Essential Oils magazine. So that way, a lot of times Essential Oil magazine has little DIYs in it. So that's another option so that you can have extra little things out there and other ideas. And then you also get 6 little organza bags. So you can put all of the little things once they're done in the little bags. So there's that. And then I think you can see over here on the side, those are the containers for your crafts. Okay, so that's one example of a DIY, and Young Living supplies all the stuff for you, which is awesome. Okay, so body butter. Now this recipe I'm going to show you is amazing. It leaves your skin really nourished, but one thing that is key to this is adding this magnesium oil. So the batch that I made, I used the Ancient Minerals brand. You can get it on Amazon. But with this base, a lot of people are deficient in magnesium. And what this does then is replenishes some of that, but it really helps you to relax. And magnesium is really good if you've bumped your legs up, or you have some aches or stiff muscles. Magnesium is awesome for that. But the blend of oils I'm going to tell you about with this, you can use 30 drops of any essential oils you want. But when I have done 10 drops each of Panaway, cypress, and clove, This is amazing for muscle relaxation. So after a hard workout, after, you know, you get a kink in your neck after sleeping, things like that. So you would do 1 cup of organic shea butter, half a cup of organic coconut oil, and half a cup of organic mango butter. And what I do is I actually have a big glass measuring cup. And so I will just combine everything in there, fill up a saucepan with water, and then just stick my glass measuring cup in it to act as a double boiler. And then I melt those butters in there till they're completely melted. Then add in my tablespoon of organic sweet almond oil. And then what you do is after all of those are melted, you just take that glass measuring cup and stick it in your freezer. After about 10-15 minutes, go check it periodically. It'll develop a skin on top of it, but it'll still be liquid underneath. So you take it out, and then you use a hand mixer to blend it up. After you've blended it the first time, you stick it back in the freezer, wait another 5 or 10 minutes, go check on it again, and it should start to be a little bit more solid. And then you just go blend it one more time, and that's when you add in your magnesium oil and your essential oils of choice. You don't want to add your essential oils when it's piping hot, because that's going to compromise their therapeutic qualities. So just like when you cook a vegetable, it breaks down that cellular structure of the vegetable, makes it a little less nutritious. It's going to be the same thing. When you expose oils to heat, they are less beneficial to you. So I always wait until my body butter is almost set, and then I blend it up one more time, and then I'll go ahead and add my oils. But that's just my way of doing it. Okay, another thing that's awesome that's already done for you is Young Living has a bath and shower gel base. So that means no matter what you want to add to it, you could do cedarwood and lime if you want, or cedarwood and lavender rather, if you want something really relaxing. If you want something that just smells really nice and might even get you a little frisky, ylang ylang, lime, and patchouli. Really awesome combination. With that one, I would do probably 2 parts lime, 1 part ylang ylang, and 1 part patchouli. So that's just kind of my ratios, but you can customize it as much as you'd like. Or if you're somebody who does have a lot of sore muscles, you can do things like copaiba and panaway and, you know, cool azul, aroma ease, things like that that are going to, you know, help your muscles, give you some muscle support. So it's just kind of nice that the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want with this gel base. Okay, bath salts. I love these. These are the best gifts ever. They make for awesome giveaways. And one of the cutest presentations I've ever seen is cutting a little thing of fabric. You can get it from the scrap fabric, like the remnant section at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, anywhere they sell fabric. But get a little fabric remnant or a fat quarter. You could probably get 1 fat quarter and cut up like maybe 6 to 8 squares out of it. And then take a mason jar. It can be as small or as large as you'd like to make your gift. And then you take, a mason jar typically comes in 2 sections. You've got the ring that comes off, and then there's going to be a little thin lid on top of that. I should have brought one in here to show you. But you would place the lid over the jar just to keep the bath salts from falling back out. And then you put your fabric over that and then twist the ring onto the jar. It is a darling. And I mean, that's the thing. If it's a Christmas gift, use a Christmas pattern fabric. If it's Mother's Day, do like spring flowers or something like that. So any time of year, this is an awesome gift idea. Okay, so 3 cups of Epsom salt, 1 cup of dead sea salt, half a cup of baking soda, and then 30 drops of any essential oil that you choose. Now, do you have to do this exact recipe? Absolutely not. You can do an awesome bath soak by doing just Epsom salts and your oils. The reason I added a little extra is I'm trying to show you what all you can do. So dead sea salt is really nourishing to your skin. It also has naturally occurring magnesium in it. Baking soda is great for detoxing, so it's going to help pull out toxins. And then the Epsom salts are really, really good for joint health and bone health, and just helps to kind of have regenerative qualities to it. Add 30 drops of essential oil to this recipe. whatever scents you want. And then just get a cute little glass jar. I'm going to go in later to where you can find some really cute glass jars. I saved some pictures off the internet and they are just darling. Now, I have made the mistake of adding coconut oil to my bath salt mix. If you don't use it right away, that coconut oil will go rancid and you've ruined your whole batch. So my workaround with this is take my dry ingredients, the baking soda, the Dead Sea salt, and the Epsom salt, and then you can either take some sweet almond oil or fractionated coconut oil, and if you keep that in your bath, you can just squeeze a little bit into the tub with you, or you can take just a dollop out of your pantry, go throw it in the tub while the water's filling up, and just go put it back in the pantry, and then go jump in the bath. But when you add that oil in, it's really nourishing to your skin. It just kicks it up a whole other notch. It's really good. Okay. So this one actually just showed up on Young Living posted it on Facebook earlier, and I straight up stole it, and I'm not even ashamed about it. So there's that. There's another one that Young Living posted, I think, on Facebook. It was for, it might be on YouTube actually, because Young Living has a YouTube channel, but they did these geode bath bombs. I'm going to have to try to make this, and if it's easy, I will do a video and post it on here showing you how easy it is. But it looks so fun, and they have colors, and they're pretty, and I can't wait to do that one. So, but this one, DIY hair mask infused with essential oils. So, the ingredients are, you use a glass bowl and then a saucepan. So you're going to do the same thing I did with the body butter, where you take like a glass measuring cup or a small glass bowl to kind of make a mock double boiler. But then a couple tablespoons of coconut oil, 4 drops of essential oil, spray bottle of any size filled with water, a towel for your hair, for your shoulders so you don't get oil on your clothing, a wide tooth comb, and then they recommend 2 drops of lavender and 2 drops of rosemary. So now I'm going to be really honest with you. They're doing all of this just to melt the coconut oil. You don't really have to. I mean, coconut oil has a very low melting point. So one thing you can do is just mix in your hand. Like if you don't want to go to all the trouble of the glass bowl and everything, I'm going with this is what they said to do. I'm going to give you the lazy girl version. It's take a couple tablespoons of coconut oil out of your pantry. I have organic coconut oil I cook with all the time. Same jar, goop, like that. Take a heaping tablespoon, or if you don't want a ton of oil in your hair, half of that. Put, about that much, fill up your palm with coconut oil, stick it in there, put 2 drops of lavender, put 2 drops of rosemary, do like this, and work it all through your hair, all the way through the ends, and then you use your wide tooth comb after that, because, I mean, to me, that's all just extra steps to make sure it's good and melted. And then one thing you can do to really make sure that your hair absorbs all of that is take a wet towel, throw it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, and then wrap your head with it. And then sit there for 30 minutes to an hour, watch a TV show or paint your toenails or do whatever you want to do. And then afterward, go wash your hair. And well, I guess don't paint your toenails if you're gonna wash your hair right afterward, right? But then, yeah, go wash your hair like normal, use your conditioner, and it's an awesome little hair treatment there. So a sugar scrub. Now this is awesome. Okay, so 2 cups of turbinado sugar. The reason I said turbinado, it looks like brown sugar, or it's kind of got a brownish tint to it, but they're very large grains of sugar. And when you add the oil to it, I mean, obviously liquid is going to break down the sugar a little bit. So when you have the turbinado sugar, it's less likely to dissolve. So the turbinado sugar is big, big grains of sugar. It's unprocessed. And I do raw turbinado sugar. But 2 cups of that. You can add a tablespoon or 2 of poppy seeds if you want to be fancy. It's going to increase the scrubbing power, and it just looks fancy. I don't know why. It's just cute, especially for a gift idea, because presentation is everything. Half a cup of coconut oil and 1/4 of a cup of sweet almond oil. The consistency is going to vary person by person. You might want mostly sugar, not that much oil, or you might want a lot more oil, not as much sugar. Tweak it to your liking, but then add 30 drops of whatever essential oil you want. I love floral and citrus oils mixed. So floral oils would be things like ylang ylang, geranium, jasmine is amazing, and rose, things like that. And then another thing is I just did a class at my house this past week on emotional release. So if you're trying to target an emotional release, this would be a great way to do that, where you can go and take, now obviously some of those emotions oils are a little more expensive. So if you wanted to do just a single dose kind of thing, pour some turbinado sugar in your hand and then drizzle some coconut and or sweet almond oil over it, and then just add some drops. So you can do this literally on the fly. If you just wanted to do a sugar scrub to maybe like exfoliate your legs and just have them be really nourished or something like that, or throw it into your tub with you, whatever you want to do. But that would be one method, is throwing a few drops then of like acceptance or forgiveness or things like that, where you can target some emotional work at the same time as really enjoying a spa-like bath. And it's nice to treat yourself every now and again too. Okay, homemade soap is a fun, amazing gift. I had been doing homemade soap long before I ever found out about oils, and it has just kicked my soap making up to the next level, because it gives me so many options. So whether I wanted to do like peppermint orange or a rosemary basil or a lavender and cedarwood, whatever you want to do, you can do with this. My husband's favorite is wintergreen, just plain Jane wintergreen in a soap base. Which reminds me, I need to make him more soap tonight. But anyway, so, but I get my soap bases from Brambleberry. Now I put with an SFIC soap base. This is specific because Brambleberry does sell bulk soap bases that are melt and pour, but that's when you're going to get your sodium lauryl sulfate and you'll get the chemicals. Don't go cheap. Use, like, if we're using high quality therapeutic grade essential oils, use a good quality soap base as well. So the SFIC soap base, it obviously has lye because that's how you make soap. But other than that, it has like coconut oil, palm oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, things like that, where it's not a bunch of yuck that you're putting on your body. So what I do is I will go and take in that same glass measuring cup. If you don't have one, get one. I put it off for years and I'm so glad I have it now. But I normally start with around a pound of soap. That's going to be a brick of soap that's about this big. I would say, if I'm having to guesstimate, maybe 4 inches across by about 2 inches tall-ish. But so 4x4 square and then 2 inches thick is about how much a pound ends up being. And you can see these little bricks of soap here. Now, if you are new to soap making, you want to see if you even like it, go to Hobby Lobby and get you a cheap soap mold. Just pick one that you think is cute. With their little soap molds, those are meant to be more like little hand soaps. They're not meant to be like a bar of soap for the shower. If you're wanting more of like a bar sized shower soap, then you're gonna get probably 2 bars out of it. If you're wanting just cute little, like, to go with your little tea towel in your bathroom, just the little cutesy hand soaps, then you might get 4, 5, 6 of them. It just depends when you use 1 pound of soap. So when you're like, I included the pricing here from Brambleberry. If you wanted to try the melt and pour soap sampler, it's $20. So there is shipping. I'm gonna teach you, well, never mind. I just realized I was gonna give away a little secret. Maybe if you want a secret on how to save some money, you can message me, because I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, Deneen, I'll tell you later. But anyway, but so I use their I tried their melt and pour soap sampler for years. I found I really liked the goat's milk and I really liked the clear. The clear allows me to add like mica powders if I want to add some shimmer or something decorative to it. And so that's an option if you're wanting to do something more decorative. Or if you just want a plain classic kind of, it's kind of more of a cream color. It's not quite white. It's a little off-white, but it's a good, creamy, natural-looking soap that just looks kind of classic and timeless, but you can just put that into a soap mold, and I guarantee you, anybody who gets this as a gift is going to love it. So those are just some good options. And then, so right here, I said about 40 drops of oil per pound. You can go less. It's just, it really depends on the oil you're using. So citrus oils, it takes a little bit more to smell it. So citrus oil, I'll probably go with like 40 drops. For peppermint, you do not need 40 drops of peppermint per pound. You'll be like, oh, holy cow, it's very pepperminty. So no, when I made Matt's soap, let's see, I probably used about a pound to make the batch of soap that I made for him. And I think I used like 17 drops of wintergreen. So when I'm saying 40 drops of oil, that's like if it's a very faint smelling oil, you need more oil. If it's something a little more robust, you need way less. You can always start out with less and build from there. Once it's in there, you can't take it out. So just remember that. And remember, you don't want to go through half a bottle of oil just in one bar of soap. So just keep that as a rule of thumb. It's out there just because there are some people that they don't want a faint smelling bar of soap. They want this smells like this. That's why I said 40 drops, because if you want it to really pack a punch, add 40 drops. But if you want just a lightly scented soap, something that's just kind of gently there, you might get away with 10, maybe 12 drops of oil. So just kind of play around with it. Okay, linen spray. So this could be anything for your couch, your bedding, just anything to kind of freshen the room. You don't have to go with aerosol sprays to make your house smell nice. We can make our own. So any size glass spray bottle. Now I put this as kind of a recipe that can go with any size bottle. So first, know how big your bottle is. If it's only a little 2-ounce bottle, then you'll do 1 ounce of distilled water. I said distilled water because it doesn't have contaminants in it. So if you have tap water, it's got all the little, grubbies in it, and that can breed bacteria that can end up having your water go rancid over time. And so you don't want to, unless you're going to use this really fast, which I don't, you don't want to have something, especially if you make a bigger bottle for freshening up your rooms, then you don't want to end up with it just kind of sitting there. So this is one way that I've kind of gotten around, is use distilled water or uber filtered water. So if you're using a little 2-ounce spritzer bottle, like for a pillow spray or even a fragrance on yourself, if I'm going to spray it on myself, I would use witch hazel and not a high grain alcohol, because I don't want to smell like a booze hound, just thing. But anyway, so 1 part distilled water, so 1 ounce of water to 1 ounce alcohol. And you can play around with it. You could try maybe doing, 2 parts water to 1 part witch hazel or alcohol. It just depends on you. So each person's a little different. And then I say 5 to 10 drops of oil per ounce. Again, you might need 5 drops of peppermint, but 10 drops of orange. So each person's going to be different on what they like and how strong they want the smell. So there's that. Okay. Now, where do I find all my little containers and my spray bottles and all of this stuff? Amazon has just about anything you could ever want. If you want little roller bottles, if you want chalk labels, if you want big spray bottles, little spray bottles, they have everything from 1 ounce, 5 ounce, and 1 milliliter, 5 milliliter, and 10 milliliter roll-on bottles. They have atomizers for perfume. They have the little 2, 4, and 8 ounce glass spritzer bottles. They have, the larger spritzer bottles, whether you want to use it for cleaning or you want to use it for a room spray. I mean, Amazon has just about everything. So that's one thing that I use for getting a lot of my DIY supplies. Next, Hobby Lobby has the cutest selection of glass jars. Every single thing you see on this page came from the Hobby Lobby website, and they're all glass, so they're safe to be used with oils. But I mean, look here. I mean, the little one that looks like an ornament. How cute would that be to do a Christmas gift of a bath salt in this little ornament, and then, just Merry Christmas, whatever, and then the person can reuse it for, a homemade ornament if they want to, or they've just got a cute little bath soak or something that is very Christmas themed. And really, any of these others are really cute for any kind of teacher gift, birthday, Christmas, any kind of gift. So the most important part of any DIY is the presentation of it. If that weren't true, Pinterest wouldn't exist. So keep that in mind when you're doing your DIYs, because if you just slap out a bar of soap and hand it to somebody, or wrap it up in Ziploc bag, it loses a lot of its charm. So if you're going to do a really, really cute soap, maybe one thing I like to do is I take wax paper and I fold it up nicely so you don't see any of the folds. And then I'll take like twine or some sort of like old fashioned looking tie, and I will wrap it up. You do like the cross tie, so it looks like a present. You just tie a bow at the top, and then just do like a little chocolate, like, a little label where you can just kind of hand label it to make it look cutesy, like where it has like a little gift tag on it. So that's just an option for making things look a little bit cuter, prettier, nicer, because you want it to look like a nice gift. So that will do it for our presentation tonight. And I am going to go ahead and say goodbye for this evening. I hope y'all learned something, and I would love to hear in the comments what DIYs you like to make. And yeah, make sure you send me a message if you want to learn more about saving some money with your DIYs, because I am the queen of cheap. So I will let y'all go, and it was great talking to you tonight. Bye-bye.